you may have some fun stuff coming up this weekend. I want to know how it goes. And first thing we have is we have the four. I'd say it's the Four of Cups in the reverse. Um, some of you guys are actually going to take a break from, or have been already taking a break from, intimacy and pleasure and joy. Like there's dance on here, and we have passion, and both of them are coming up in the reverse. So let's clarify where that's going just to be sure. I don't want to take wild guesses. I heard right now monitored. Monitored. Some of you guys could be reviewing somebody. I see a 5 here. I'm going to pull out the rest of these cards because I don't know. I'm noticing they're, I think they come in sets of like 8. Remember, I realized that adding card decks would probably be a very cool and easy thing to do. Rather than actually the index cards. So I think I'll just start grabbing little decks of cards and adding words to them to add more to our tarot. But we're doing it with Uno. So with our 5 here, yeah, I hear monitored. Again, we know that some people are taking a break or have experienced an absence with, or will be experiencing an absence. Yeah, I see 8 here, 8 of Cups though. And since we have 2 on the bottom and the down, we're going to go and say that's 8 of Cups in the reverse. Again, there's a lot of love loss here. There's going to be some future solo individuality time ahead. I see what's going on here. Let's go ahead and open up our magazine, and we're going to see what the magazine has to say. Maybe it has been a very eventful weekend for me. I don't regret coming and experiencing any of it. It has been extremely insane, if you ask me, and I'm insane. Everybody in my hometown is, well, not everybody. I just saw Jeremy McCurdy, shout out, and I got to see Colby and just a bunch of people, like, by accident. Just, dude, I don't know what's going on around here, but there's 2 stores, like one in Ephrata got hit by the fire. We hear about the health department coming into town and shutting people down, and we always like hear, oh my gosh, like OSHA's coming in, clean up your stuff. And we've got, I've dealt with audits, I've dealt with walkthroughs for inventory, I've dealt with it all, but I've never actually seen a fine occur, and I have never seen somebody lose their license, and I've never seen a business get shut down. In Ephrata, the weed shop got shut down out of nowhere. The door gets like blasted, as my mom put it, as with paperwork, and I asked her why, and she's like, I don't know. And I wouldn't have known either, and I've worked with the corporations for almost 15 years, and so I've actually never seen somebody actually lose it. We've heard about why you can, obviously from not being sanitary and not being safe, not practicing the law. OSHA is about occupational safety and health, so anytime you would put a client at health or at risk, you can obviously be reported and looked into. And also, if you break any of the rules, the laws, the regulations, you don't have your permits, so on, you're going to get looked into. And typically, you would get, you'll get a fine, you'll get a letter, you'll get the opportunity to respond or appeal. But I've never actually seen, in all my thousands and thousands of people, anybody get shut down. So that was something I noticed and talked with my mommy about. And today, literally, dude, somebody that I know comes running up to me out of nowhere while I'm parked, and it just happens to be another person over there that I know who needed gas. and I like both of them, so that was cool. And they needed a ride for whatever reason down to this other gas station, and um, I was like, I didn't know if they were being picky about gas or whatever their problem was. But when I got back, they told me the reason that they didn't go to this gas station because they too just this morning literally got shut down by the fucking health department. What is going on, dude? That's crazy. Two businesses in Grant County just got shut down. OSHA's walking through and actually putting papers on the doors, and now nobody can go inside the buildings all of a sudden. So for those of you who live in Grant County, the gas station right up by the skating ring, it's shut down. They just walked in right now and literally told people they could not purchase anything from the store and put papers on it. And literally, the lady that was just working yesterday is there today, but she cannot allow anybody to purchase from the store. That's crazy. I wonder exactly what is going on. I'm excited to find out. I'm sorry that it happened, but obviously, it could have been preventable. I'm eager to just see. I'm imagining that if it's two businesses within 5 mile, 10 mile max radius, um, I'm wondering if they're not doing the proper certifications. Um, of course, it could be a health standard for. I imagine that one of the problems they could be suffering from being that they both are 18 or older or 21 older stores. Maybe they're not carding people. They could be getting audited for carding, making sure people are of age, being that it's obviously tobacco or marijuana, alcohol. I wonder. I'm excited to see what it was that knocked two. So if you're a business in Grant County, do be aware. State workers are walking around for businesses. OSHA's doing walkthroughs, and clearly there's full blown paperwork in your asses. That clearly somebody's been reported. So it's not just one place. It's Ephrata and Soap Lake. So those are two different towns on totally different days. I've been down here for what 3 4 days. These all this the first thing happened before I even arrived. This I today. So that shows they're either live in town or they're in town doing investigations. If you are in any county, but especially Ephrata or Soap Lake, I can tell you they're walking through and paperwork. They are full blown shutting businesses down this week. That's a big deal, dude. So you need to make sure that you are up to standards with your licenses. They need to be posted. You need to have them printed and posted. You do not want to get caught in Grant County, it looks like. No shit, dude. I've never in my life seen this. I'm very eager to see what it was that they violated. We get taught this stuff all the time in college. Like, for example, if a stylist gets caught with hair in their drawer or on a brush or in their clippers, it's supposed to be a $500 fine. And they actually get put on a website that blasts their name for 3 years and tells people about what they were fined for. Because they believe that everybody deserves the opportunity to pick and choose if they would like to have an unsanitary or a risky person basically serve them. The only reason anybody gets a degree and has to go to college is not because they're smarter than other people, but because they actually work with other people. They make determinations for other people. Health ones, they help work with your vehicles, and um, there's a lot of race days. I'm seeing a race day again, so that's cool. Lake, I see Priest Lake, but I see priestlakesea.com. .com, man. It's all about businesses, it seems like this week. That's cool. I'm excited too. I always love it when we switch the topics. It seems like it's about every 4 days or so. And I personally don't really have a whole lot of anything much going fucking on in my life, so I get to channel all your guys' great stuff. And it's cool to be able to connect with you all in an emotional, but yet also like it's your own emotions. Like I feel like we that I feel like there's not a lot of times in our life that you can listen to whatever song on the radio and it not bother you. Maybe when we spend so much time with a broken heart missing somebody that we don't have in our life anymore, it's like it's crazy that it can take up every good memory you ever made, and you also don't want to remember a lot of memories that you made that were wonderful because they're not there with you to share them again in the future, and it hurts you. And so I see that you're starting to feel better for whoever you are. You are starting to overcome things that you really believed you were going to have much longer than you did in your life. You were met with some really sudden surprises, and you did an amazing job rolling with the punches and dodging all the curveballs and responding to every setback the best way that you could have. You were accountable and you stayed the healthiest. Some of you really focus on your health. You are runners. You have you really care about your body and the intake that you allow and what kind of foods you eat, and you follow, for some of you, a real well drawn out schedule. You could be maturing for some of you. I feel like I'm speaking in this moment in the read to somebody who would feel like they are a mature and thought out established member of society at that age. Feel like a 40-year-old man that actually is confident in his successes at that time. He carries himself differently than other men. 40 is a very emotional period for any man or woman. It's the time in our life that your brain will begin to feel very remorseful and regretful for everything that ever it remembers it did. It's the time in our life that you, from 40 to 50, they call it the midlife crisis. They call it menopause for women, but really it's the part of your life where your brain truly develops and activates to its full potential in your emotional areas. Everything in your life, you're supposed to wait till you're a certain age that you begin doing it. It's already set up for you. So if you're like, when should I have a kid? It's already right there. Go ahead and look at it. Say, I'm a male and I'm thinking about having children. You can always ask Google, this is the stuff I have going on in my life. These are my health situations. This is my financial, circumstance right now. You can look up what would be the most, appropriate qualities for becoming the person that I don't know have any clue to be, because you guys have never been that person. You've never had these experiences before. And you're learning that. You're starting to learn that life doesn't really get easier. You just get more educated and wiser. And you're also realizing that at the pace that we tried to move for wisdom and rank, that we didn't do it for free. You realize that you traded your heart and soul and your innocence and your peace and your ignorance and your inner child for all that wisdom. Every piece of wisdom that you ever had to gain is a realization that you needed to know that. You were put in situations where you needed to know those things. That means that there were other people in the room that were caring or thoughtful about what you carried your whole life. Nobody else stood up for you and said, they don't need to take on that. I can handle that. You as a child took on all of your adult stuff, their adult stuff. You were more mature than your elders, for many of you at very young ages. You have endured a lot of things that were never meant to be yours, but that is actually what you're working on in this chapter. This chapter is all about transmuting energy and being an alchemist. And so a lot of people just think so many silly things when it comes to um, what they call doing tarot. I'm literally channeling just random words out of my head, and I'm writing them down on an Uno card, and I'm reading the Spring Fever magazine and just thinking. So it has nothing to do with magic. And those are just little examples of things that I would like to not waste time on with people. I think, I felt like over the last, for sure, 24 hours, I'll say 12 at the minimum, I gained zero knowledge from many people that kept speaking. I observed people that acted the same immature ways that they've already been discussed with about, and they in no way grew from the last discussion and acted the exact same way they did last time. Um, and then you have to think to yourself, okay, well, why are they acting like that? Let's be honest. And you're like, well, they're acting like that because they don't want you to, they don't like this about you, so they would like you to fucking da da da. Okay, cool. Has that been talked about before? Yes or no? Because you're just going through the checklist now. Have you guys talked about these things? Yeah. Well, what did you say? And how did you say it? You think, well, I said that that was what I am as a person. That's who I am as a person. And you say, well, do you like who you are as a person? You're like, I do. Like, do you want to change as you are? Not really at all. And you say, why? Well, for me, I'm like, I don't want to change because I realized that I actually really love who I am, and I always did know that. I've always loved who I am. Um, I've always noticed my whole life that we are being asked to do many things, and I would change and did all the things that they asked me to do. But I didn't really feel I was more happy when I was done. I did what they wanted me though too, and I felt like I could do it. I would always challenge myself to complete the classes and um, and do what they needed me to do. I really loved my people, and I realized that at the end of the rainbow, I was there by myself, and they pretty much had already like spent the money on something as a friends group or something without me. It'll be like super bad. It'll be like every little thing they always said. It wasn't a thing, and I just like man, I just realized I said two things during that chapter. I said, "Damn, dude, truly nobody's talking to anyone for really no reason." I made a saying in this. Every single reason that basically anybody's pretty much approaching us is for a purpose. That was pretty horrible to think. And then, fuck, I'm getting so annoyed, dude. I thought also, who knows, dude? There were so many things that crossed my mind during the realization phase. You guys are having awakenings, you guys, right now. Um, and so that would make perfect sense for the alchemy chapter. Alchemy is, it sounds interesting when I say it. Alchemy. When I first heard alchemy, I thought airbender. Alchemy. I felt like alchemy had something to do with being energetically powerful enough to move objects without touching them, is what I felt like alchemy meant right off top. Alchemy means you have the ability to transmute energy. And so, yeah, it is definitely similar to airbending. When you guys learn these things in these chapters, you're going to have a lot of great opportunities to be an alchemist. I was one last night. I was one actually all fucking week. Dude, I cannot tell you how many people were in physical fights with their partners in front of my fucking face this week at random fucking places. And every time I was able to redirect situations and actually detour many times fucking events. And I was genuine about it. Like I would be standing there. I was standing there one like on the first day I came, and literally, dude, I know all these people. It's a small town, and so I'm seeing them in my grown-up time. And no shit, bro, they're all dating and doing whatever the fuck they're doing, which is great. I'm happy for you. I was happy to see them both too, and then you hear screaming and crying, and you realize somebody just got actually fucked. In that particular case, it was a headbutt, and I'm pretty sure a knee to the stomach. What the fuck? I don't even know, dude. And today, I actually I drove over there because I obviously intervened on that, and then I pulled the one person aside and talked to them, and I dipped out after that whole event. I didn't bother to come back, but today I got to come back and touch base with them, and this place is so interesting in this county. And see the people around here, they will mess you up very bad if you pretty much show up on properties you're not supposed to be on. And I'm literally a mediator, and it was really cool to be able to see so many people that were really afraid of other people. I literally brought groups together all week and was able to pull people aside and learn so much more about them. And try my best to work as well as I can with couples that are toxic for each other. And on my final decision on both couples, we have a second couple now that have the police looking for them for a fight now. I told them not to do it. Um, I literally was called for a ride, and bam dizzle, the ride was actually, they were hoping I was going to give them a ride to go commit the bedazzles on my nasals. I said, "You're going to what?" "Oh, yeah, they're going to do it like this." I said, "And do it like that, and da da da, and no, you're fucking not dumb ass." No way in their plan was there any type of fucking. It was all, in my opinion, to start a fight and for the one person to watch a fight occur. But in order for that to happen, three innocent, actually four at the minimum, four other innocent females would have actually been at the location where the fight would have went down. And none of those people would have known anything about anything going down. Why would I want anything to do with that? I would never allow anyone to go over to another person's property and disrespect that person. If you want to fight somebody, fight them. But when you are crying, emotionally unstable, and you are about to go to another person's property when you are trespassing, and you would be assaulting, and then you would be charged with child endangerment as well. For those of you who don't know, if you fight anyone in front of children and you're charged with assault, you will also get charged with child endangerment if anyone would like to press charges. So I recommend anyone stay the fuck away from me and mine. Because if I find out you be fighting and shit around my fucking little ones, my cousins, any of my fucking little nieces and nephews and shit, you damn right I'm gonna be there on your ass, dude. Facts. I told that bitch I'll fuck punch you in the fucking head. You ever go and fucking disrespect those people. What do they want to do? Do it their way anyway. So they did it at their place instead. Fine. Now the cops are looking for them. That, what can you do? And me and another girl, we spent quite a few minutes, talking to these people, and they just wanted to waste our time. And so we decided at the end we're gonna go ahead and let anybody that got into trouble. We're not getting involved in shit. This, for us personally, I wasn't sure how I was gonna handle it, if I was gonna actually do, because I was willing to make a few phone calls, and I was willing to actually completely involve myself. But when you're involving yourself in something like that, that's kind of a big deal. And when I say involve myself, I meant like, you can think, when there's a crime that goes down and somebody's panicking, obviously we need to bring the place back into order. And you just need to look at all the things, that go down in these places, everywhere you're at, and how people are talking, how they're thinking. I went to everybody down here is a shit show. It's bad. Like, they're all very similar right now. They're pretty much in very toxic relationships. And I don't know, maybe this will resonate for some of you, but it doesn't resonate with me. And there's so much more out there to life for all of us. And so hopefully we can just overcome these small few things that we invest all of our time into. And when you're just looking at everything that you are investing your time into, it's simple. Do you feel joy and respect it? Do you respect what you're investing your time into? Is it equal reciprocation? And do you feel joy? Sharp bite of venom. Yeah, somebody does not feel joy. Somebody has a sharp bite of venom breath, is what it says here. So I feel like, obviously, a sharp bite of venom breath. Well, venom breath alone is poisonous. That's what I was wondering. I was in my head, I thought venom breath, and I was like comparing it to garlic breath. So I was like, ew. But no, venom breath is obviously very toxic. That sharp bite of venom breath. That's crazy. Venom breath, huh? It's just a weed. It's the name of this weed, but I really enjoy that for a new card. Venom breath says so much with that. It's like they don't even have to speak to be a poisonous toxic in the room. You know when they're even with you, near you, around you, this person is going to do something in a way that is venomous to your soul. I hear the word lying for some of you is a big deal. Yeah, you have six of swords in the reverse. It would be person not coming to problem resolution. Six of swords in the upright would be them coming to solutions with you. Problems are not the problem. It's always about like, how does this person act every fucking time you have a problem? And if by chance they're acting oddly immature, is this what they do to create a problem in your life so that you can supposedly be redirected towards their most favored place meant for you? Yeah, it is. Every single time you are being disrespected, you need to notice that. And it's not because you should be treated like a king or a queen and by other people. It's because you should treat yourself like that. And every time we ever lower our standards or we tolerate any type of disrespect, you will never be, we won't be elevated universally because God or the universe or energy knows the truth. It's never been about the 3D. And by the time we even realize this, we could be even near 30. And if we don't watch it, you will have spent so much of your time in toxic relationships with people that put you down, and you will actually lose your spirit. Spirit can be replenished, but it's through nature and joy. And it's through just, you don't, you really cannot do much without, once you get to the point where you feel empty about love, and you're like, I don't really know if I'm gonna date anybody again and shit. And you know, sometimes you'll sit there and you think about things that people used to do to you, and now you do those things to other people. You think about lives that you've had before, where those were the highlights of the dreams you had prior, and you got to those places. But you noticed even during moments when you could have relaxed, you didn't. You'd still just wanted more, different, something. You would buy maybe things and put them in the house and decorate for whatever reason. Obviously, we've seen it somewhere and chose some sense of inspiration, but at the end of the day, it was never really fucking, it wasn't for us. It was because we were helping our families raise the fucking farm. Or maybe, you know, you had parents that you respected and wanted to earn their approval of and hear that they were proud of you. And maybe you were a great listener. Maybe you love being told good job. Maybe you love being noticed for your acts of obedience and strictness to policies. And maybe you are very accurate and detail oriented. And we value certain things to the point where we become very controlling in our lifestyles. And we do not experience a lot of fun and joy. We do have enough money to do plenty of things. We just have priorities that we actually put first every time, all the time. And when it comes down to if we're going to put ourselves in a situation to be accountable or budget or tell ourselves no, we really just don't. We don't act self discipline out anymore. We don't feel like it's necessary. We don't care. A lot of us just don't care anymore about it, anything a lot, because we've moved so fast that you maybe have already been through all of these different types of. You've already made it through every king and queen in the deck, and that's how you became an emperor in the first place. You cannot become a leader until you go through terrible shit. That's what being humbled is. And you guys are doing that. I do see that for some of you guys, I got this little sticker earlier saying, "This ain't my first rodeo." And I'm not gonna lie, I got it from a brother. And you know what's sad about me and my brother is that everything that wouldn't be our first rodeo will be the death of us. And everybody knows that it won't be our last rodeo until it is. And I have a few friends that have the energy like that I do. We're 0 or 100, and we do have good hearts, but we've been through like so much that it's like almost like a scene. You've seen so much crap, you know what I mean? Type energy that wisdom, to trade your wisdom, you have to trade your youth and your innocence, and it is not a good day. Did I drop all my joints? I always do that. Better not. I always do that because then I start drinking and I'm like, wow! And I throw them everywhere and I go by all of them and I can't find any to crime. But yeah, be slow. Be slow, you guys. Like, take your time. Don't rush. Greatness, there's no such thing as rushing greatness. And just know that when you start a new thing, you're paying a price, and that is a piece of your youth. It's a piece of your innocence. It's a piece of your ignorance. Like, nothing we ever go through is going to make you ever younger again. Like, you're gonna have phases where you feel great, and I do feel like so many great things. And like, I literally feel like I could go home and I shouldn't. I don't even know why the fuck I'm sitting here. I really have no fuck. It's because I don't want to fucking. I don't care. I don't really care about. Like, I have nothing that I have literally no. My biggest emotional attachment at this time is to my brother. My daughter Miley and I had a good visit, but it was. I still feel closest to my brother Colton out of everybody, and um, I feel like a lot of you probably feel irritated and frustrated with the things that you're looking around and you're getting bored. It has nothing to do with what we could do better. It's that we need to do, I don't even know, different or something fast. As you look around, I don't know how your town be looking, but I couldn't believe what the fuck I was looking at. I had to tell my fucking best friend a bunch of shit the other day. And she did the same thing. Just has a lot of things that she has to say about everything that I said. It's not what I'm looking for. I would rather just not talk, and I'm not gonna sit there and ignore shit, and I'm not gonna fucking listen to you fucking defend shit, and I'm not here to do all that. If you want to know what the problem is, then I can tell you what my problem is. I'm not here. I didn't ask you what you thought about that. I'm giving you a statement, and I'm not looking for you to defend it. I don't make statements that are wrong. And if I fucking tell you that you're fucking doing something, you are. So that's just the end of it. And then, it's a real big bummer that people can't just at least own it. That's all you need to do. If you want to do it, own it. Don't. We all need to do that. And so you can do that part by owning your fucking own belief systems. And then the next thing that needs to happen is the people that don't like what other people are doing, you need to fucking stop letting all that shit have power over you. Because this chapter with these cards here, say venom breath. So obviously, even you just breathing alone heats up the room, and I'm feeling awkwardness from it. I'm feeling tension. I feel anxiety coming on as I picture myself being somebody who may be a resident of your space. If I were to live there, I would begin to. I feel like anxiety begins to occur for you or other people when you get there. Um, there's a sense of somebody has a sense of urgency and secrecy within the place. I don't know who all lives in what place, so I'm just going to channel a few different energies that are coming in. So there could be only two of you in a place, and this could be your person, or it could be a group of place. But somebody's moving in an urgency, and they have secrecy. This person has a mission that they're on, and I actually noticed somebody that appeared to be on a mission of destruction in particular that I had to call up to. And I asked him, "Are you getting prepared to depart?" I said, No, I said, well, it really looks like you are. Looks like you're coming out and you're doing what you need to do to make sure that you can set these people up for success if you're not there. I'm not stupid. I know what the fuck I see. And I know we had a talk. I feel like this chapter's just been a really intense, and I like it so far. It's been a lot of energies, but we did go into our pre-emperor or even emperor empresses, and obviously as you elevate, you're going to get more personality types, more brand new situations, and if you have old situations and not brand new ones, then you're probably not somebody who finds closures or resolutions on problems. You think that life is moving forward and days are passing and years are passing and you're aging, but you're not changing. Some of you guys haven't changed anything, you've just aged. You did nothing different. You have no new friends. Every bit of quality that was in what was once existed has devalued. It's dusty now. There's cracks in the wood of things that used to be brand new and shiny, and the car that you used to love so much you don't care about that much anymore. And, you know, the hair's falling out, and even if it wasn't, you don't trust people anyway. You fucking don't care anymore. Some of y'all, so you go into fuck it mode and just eat whatever you want, and you don't care if you look good because people don't care if they look good for you. Whatever it is that has detoured you. You've had just some. You moved. You were pushed way too fast. You took on way too much. You were treated like a fucking adult, and you were treated for some of you guys like you deserved no emotional care. You don't even know how to provide that for some people that you would be in a relationship with. You have no idea what it is. You just survived. You have survivor skills here, and I do see cultivated here, so that's good. And I see strain of the month, so I like that. So you are a cultivate. I knew that cultivated meant that you're developed into something specific. But with strain of the month over here, they're giving you an award for your personality type. I'm gonna put awarded personality. I'm supposed to be. I don't even know. Last night was so fucking. Dude, I keep saying this. Why do I keep? I'm always the one that says last night was so weird. Well, I know every type of person you can think of. Like I teach at schools, and I also have had my dad do the cooking of all the drugs, and so I know literally everybody around here pretty much. And I haven't seen any of these people since like '08 and '07, and it was really fun to just drop in out of nowhere and see how they're doing. And they were so fucking amazing. Um, I love it when I see you guys. You guys are just amazing, and they get really excited and they talk about everything that they got going on and what we got going on, and it's just a really wonderful thing to see everybody and bring everybody together. So hopefully you have an awarding personality as well, and you need to know that if you're somebody who cannot organize a room back into care and order, then you are a destructive person. You're either an asset or you're an alibi. That's funny. You usually say ally, but somebody obviously alibi is coming out. You're an asset or an alibi. It's funny. Well, you know what I can tell you, babe, is that unfortunately, your spirit could be a little bit weak because people are getting a lot more weaker right now. The world's pretty trashy. I see trash everywhere out here in this field. Everywhere. It's crazy. It's like that in Spokane too, and I'm sure you guys cities. Well, I've seen a few cities that were so pretty and clean. Good job for that. Um, Dude, last night I was driving down the highway with my lights off. Hi guys, and I get pulled over, and the cop says, He pulls me over because I'm driving with my lights off. I believe it, sir. Um, I shit you not. More cops fly this way, and they have to go take care of another fucking call. Guess who it was? Baby brother. Me and baby brother, both of us. Isn't that fucking? We always be troublemakers, dude. I didn't know it was him. I was just like, yeah, dude. I said, what the hell? They called me over, and they're like, hey, man, what are you doing? Come on over, bro. I'm so bored. Yeah, right, fucker. Well, I'm a dork. I'm feeling really great. And so I find this girl. I don't know. I seen this camper. The camper was like, I don't know. I told you I had a buzz. I don't know. I get these fucking wild hairs up my ass, so I got a knock on the door. I hear a voice, I said, hey, I'm just here to say hello. And it ends up being this amazing girl named Vivian. We fucking laughed our balls off. In fact, I'm supposed to be doing a read. Do you want to go over there? Let's go do a read with Vivian. Who gives a fuck, dude? We fucking literally hung out, and then they were like, yeah, come over here. And then we get over here. It was not a good night. I told Vivian we were going to have fun. Next thing you know, it was not fun. You got fucking thing 1 and 2 over here acting like a douchebag. And I'm not talking about an asshole. I'm talking about a doofy, a fucking dumbass, like in every way. When you're like, you shouldn't do that because you already did that, which caused that. It's going to cause this. This person says the dumbest shit about it every time. I don't know where the fuck. I couldn't even keep talking to them. The thing, this person has done enough. Problem. This person has. I'm not even going to go into detail about what the fucking issues were, but the cops are literally involved now. So I literally couldn't tell you how many 200 times I told this person not to do every fucking thing that they fucking did. And I even they tricked me back into coming over after him to let me know that when I left, they did do it. They're somewhat of the way that they didn't disrespect me. I told them they couldn't do it a certain way. I said they would become a problem for me, and then I would have to hunt them down if they did things how they were thinking about it. So they didn't do it exactly the way they wanted to. They did it a different way. But either way, dude, you can't do certain things anyway, you fucking idiots. Some charges are mandatory. There's not a lot of wiggle room. So when you commit certain crimes and you do certain things, I don't care what you do. I'm gonna miss you. And I don't recommend you guys go to prison and jail and do all the crazy shit. I can tell you right now that I had to meet now with this person 3 times already this morning because apparently they needed also a ride to work. I am not the type of person that does any of these things, but I'm fine with the fact that I did do all of these things for everybody. I feel like all of that really mattered so much for everyone to be there in those moments, to pull those men aside I talked to that dude today too. I said, hey, I just want to tell you I'm sorry the other night when I stopped by, I say hello, I said, you guys had gotten in that fight. I said, I don't really know. I said, if I made a mistake, I'm not sure. I had heard that maybe she had hit you. I felt like I maybe thought you'd done her. So I said, that's why I pulled you aside and talked to you. And I said, I am sorry, if I made a mistake. And he was like, no, you didn't. Everything that I asked him about, he said he did do. So that was good. I was glad to see that. He was accountable. It was still an awkward ending for everybody. I feel like it was just weird. It's such a weird ending for everybody end up being. Like, there were so many plot twists with these couples. Like, I would think that this female was a super sweet one and that this person was a major cheater and that they were a piece of shit, over here and da-da-da. No, this person's a psychopath. Every single person says this person, the girl, that everyone in the entire building, there's multiple tenants, the entire building can hear this person screaming at their children and her person every day. They hate it. Who wouldn't? And this person actually admitted that they don't like the 2 children that are not their biological. They said they try their best to be nicer, but they are mean. No. That's crazy. Yeah, everybody's saying that they hear these vocal words. Fucking motherfuck. A lot of cursing. And just, they use a scratchy voice to describe it. And they all say that this person puts hands on this other person, and it's the girl to the guy. They said the guy admits that they do, but like, I've never seen this person in the way that they are acting with this person at all ever in my life. This person is extremely depressed, and he's actually hurting a lot. And it's a family member of mine, and it's not my brother. So I know my people, and all I gotta tell you all, you know what, is if you're ever in a situation like that, just know that I got 3 spare rooms, and 2 spare bathrooms. You got a whole floor up there, you know. So if you guys are ever in a situation you want to pay me $2 million a night or something like that, for the right people, I will rent. I do not rent to. I really don't want to rent to many people anymore. I'm very picky. I highly doubt I will rent to you if you're a female. Um, and I have no interest in dating anybody that I rent to, so don't even bother. I specifically won't rent to people that hit on me. So if you have tried to hit on me and you also have asked if you can rent from me, it's an absolute no right from the get go. I'm not stupid. I would never have anybody in my house fucking trying to be around me every day. I couldn't stand you, and I'd have to fucking stone cold Steve Austin your ass. No. I don't hang. I don't rent to friends. I don't rent to fucking couples. No fucking families. It's not. I do pretty much like quiet. You could do medical field. I usually go to the doctor. I like people that get to work and come back, and they pretty much eat something, maybe blend something in the blender, and they go right back to their room, and you just don't see them. I don't want anybody to talk to me. I'm not there to hang out. You can fuck talk to each other upstairs all you fucking want. I don't let people bother me. I'm not there to be fucking friends with people and shit. So it's yeah, dude, it was really cool talking to everybody. They were funny. And I got to tell them that I do the Airbnb and the teaching and all that shit, and like we're all hustlers still to this day. So it's cool to be able to place your skills and put them into uh, just a place of passion. You know, if you're somebody who likes to make money and you like to have customer service and you really enjoy sales, you obviously love distribution and product, and you might like quality, and not everybody who focuses on quality cares about distribution. You have your chemistry ones. You're those you guys, no matter what area you are, there's about 4 levels of life. You're either going to be the person that's the inventor, the chemist, the idea creator. That's obviously top dog, the biggest money maker. And then you got the distributor. You have your customer service rep. You got your leads. They're the ones that know that they want something to do with that. They want to share. They want they want their name on that company. You know, they want to invest into it. So they know that that company has quality. They chose you because of your ingredients, your quality, your name, brand, your whatever it was. You've been chosen by these people, or you've found a great lead to work for you and promote your stuff. But either way, the best leads and passionate leads, they don't have to try. They just get very excited about it, and they just share information with you at a very excited rate. And so that's what usually gets people to buy the product, is that they get so happily excited about it. They're like, oh my gosh, dude, I just cannot even get over this. I just love tarot. You know, the reason why I love tarot is because, in particular, you know what, I'll tell you my actual, the reason I personally like tarot the most is because of these few definitions I learned. 8 of Swords. You guys can research these. 8 of Swords is what they call a tower moment, or a dark night of the soul, or you can call it an ego death. But to get the best definition, you can look up tower moment and dark night of the soul, and it describes so many emotions and events in our lives that we go through that are of the greatest depressing depths that ever we went to. These are the moments that you cry by yourself and you're in a lot of pain and you're feeling like you have nowhere else to go to or turn to. You don't have anyone that can help you. You've really just realized that you've outgrown everybody around you. And, you know, as you become this wise person, you can look around and feel like maybe nobody's there for you. Whoever you are, I do want to let you know that I feel like I want to I felt like you came into the energy right there, that you are, whoever you are, you're very special. Like, and I'm not talking about this energy. I just had like an interrupted energy come in when I said awakening. And I feel like you're going to be somebody who has the opportunity to have these awakenings without these experiences. You have knowledge that doesn't need to. you're gonna be the unwounded person in the group. You have you're the only person I've ever had enter like this. A light worker in a Blu-ray or a fallen angel is placed here by God personally to fight his battles down here on Earth. So he actually sends physical people to be physically fighting. So if you stand up to people all the time and tell them what's up, you could be a light worker for God. And you just observe things and easily tell them that you don't want that to go like that. If you're just like directing everybody and you're like, hey, what are you doing? Get over there. If that's easy for you, you're definitely a 144. Um, you're a light worker. You're a fallen angel. Some of you guys are more dominant than others. Some of you guys will go and get the fucking motherfucker and bring him back, and you can physically handle people. You're a fallen angel. You're physical. If you physically regain order over a group, you are a fallen angel. Fallen angels are God's fighter angels. And they're very handsome too. Some of you guys could look it up, and I think you'd be very happy with being a fallen angel. I had no idea fallen angel was 144. Zeke always wanted to get a fallen angel tattoo. And I wasn't sure how I felt about it because I was religious at the time, and I realized that, once again, as usual, when I told my man he couldn't do something, I didn't know anything about what he was talking about because now I know what a fallen angel is, and I didn't educate myself then on it. I just thought in judgment. And today, obviously, I would be completely fine with it, which would be just things you want to look at. Those are always going to be, no matter what, areas that you have to be a master at. You cannot make errors if you want to be an emperor or an empress. If you make an error, that means that if you didn't mention that you did, you'd be dishonest. And if you did mention that you made an error, people will now note that, no matter what. It's documented when it's a professional thing. Everybody has an eye on a professional at all times, whether it's God because they're making sure you have integrity to rule, if it's universal because they feel energy and it's all weighed out and balanced, or if it's the people watching you because they want to take your place and they want to rule your position. They want your man, they want your woman, they want what you got. Oh, yeah. Between the three, and health, depression, you can't really have any fun. If you want to be a real leader, you wouldn't be able to ever be in a state of mind that wasn't always on top of your game, because then people would know that. They would note it. And they're going to say, well, anybody who's going to take you out, especially a ruler, they want everything you got. They're going to take you out. So you would have to be on top of your game and fully aware at all times to avoid that. Some of you guys are going to have a setback. If you find yourself experiencing thoughts or feelings of hate, wordless hate too, because this is venom breath here focused. It's a unique word. If you have thought focused hate, wordless hate, this message is for you. You are being asked to speak your truth. You can say what you mean, but you don't need to say it mean. Say what you mean, but don't say it mean. Another little thing they say is it's not your information, it's your delivery, but it's saying it's time to come out of our caves and freshen our minds and mouths. So, spring terps are in the air, and you guys have caves. You guys can go to Lake Lenore Caves, do some fishing. Down here, they have a lot of cool caves and they have really wonderful fishing. So, go get your fishing license and make sure you're involved with nature. And I'm going to go pet Bandit over here because he looks so cute, but fuck, dude, it was a crazy ass week. I've been out of town from my house for 6 days now, and I feel like I should write this whole thing out. I think we'll have to start journaling as we go from town to town. And every town's been a unique story every fucking time. So I'm gonna go home and we'll start journaling. I think you should start writing a story about your life or a book. You may go get a laptop or a computer or something. We may or may not. We're. I'll keep you updated. on what will happen here. I don't know. The cops, they're they are they're gonna make some kind of determination. What time is it? It's like 10. Well, chief will make a decision on what to do, no matter what. I decided I'm not getting involved in it because if you're, like I said earlier before we end this, if people want to do things, then they are going to do them. That doesn't mean you can't help them. You can't help guide them in a more healthy or less serious bandit. They make it bandit. I love you. I love you. I love you. He's so cute. I want Bandit so much. I love you, Bandit. I love you. I love you. If you are somebody that can't stay calm when bad things happen, you need to stand farther back in the group and allow the ones who can handle it to be in the forefront, honey. If you're somebody who gets very emotional and you say way too much and you can't hide your face expressions and you don't know how to um, honestly maneuver, if you cannot be an alchemist when it comes to conversation and energy, get yourself an alchemist bodyguard pretty much, because you're gonna fuck yourself, babe. I need a man not because I can't speak obviously on my own behalf, but because maybe I should tone it down, speak less. So some of you guys may need a person because don't fucking you don't speak your mind ever, and maybe fucking you need to do that more. It's always going to be a little bit more of what you're not doing and a little bit less of what you're doing too much of. And plus, it's like going to be in those ideas that those people that don't speak their mind much of. It's your ideas that are going to change the things that are not being changed, guys. We as alphas have already done more than enough, and we're driving people mad. And we're all over the place because we're doing too much. And we're going to straight end up dipping the fuck out, I think. I think a lot of the fucking straight chiefs, the alphas, I'm pretty sure we're going to straight pull a fast one of some sort. We don't work in logic, we work through emotion. And literally, when we up and go, bro, it's super random. And it could be in any way at all. And like, I've never seen, like, if I was talking about a water sign, I'm talking about like me and my brother, we got very strong energy when it comes to fucking MIA shit. Like, I feels that some of you guys are gonna have some major fucking setbacks, here soon. Um, all of us, and I'm talking about myself. And they're gonna be all different setbacks for us. For some of you guys, you will set yourself back because you waited too long, and I'm hearing for some of you, you never hit on somebody. Like, you've never gone out and just approached people that you wanted to date, and you never felt pretty enough or handsome enough. You've always felt like other people were better looking than you, and so you didn't try. Some of you guys are going to have a setback because you will have been obviously in toxic relationships for however much time. I don't give a fuck about any of those. So for the only thing that you can ever do that would make me come for you truly would be like any type of like sexual abuse. So if I say any of these things and it resonates, don't think I judge you. I actually want to make it very clear I don't judge people. You don't ever have to worry with the sexual stuff. I even work with those people to help heal. So there's no one that I don't work with when it comes to any type of crime or rehabilitation. I think you're all really wonderful people, and I see that you really do want better things. And I know that it's it's tiring us out very quickly, and so I also realized what it's very important that we pick a game plan, which we keep talking about, but we're not doing. And that's where we're going to end up in a situation. Because there's been a couple things that stress you guys the fuck out that you were able to get back into order, like through the help of literally a blessing. And when it gets back in order, you may stick it out and then find yourself back in that situation again, and you didn't do what you needed to do to get yourself realistically out of that from happening. And sometimes you do have to sacrifice what it is that you are involved in, whether it's a crappy relationship or it's fucking that you love your car but it's a gas hog and you got a job and it's farther out of town and maybe you need to switch it out for something that is cheaper on gas. Fuck, I lost my debit card. Colton, do you see my debit card in there by chance? Did I leave my debit card in there by chance? I didn't think so either. Dude, I'm so dumbass. Hi. What do you want to do?
Well, I was gonna go to Mom's, but while I was in the shower, the dog shit in the dog house.
Who is?
I was going to Mom's.
Who's in the shower?
I was in the shower. While I was in there, the dog shit all over the dog kennel. Snow.
In the fucking shower?
I was taking a shower.
Oh, ew.
And I came out, and then all of a sudden, the dog's bandit literally shit all over barbecue. Like he had the shits. It's all over the curtains. I mean, all over the fucking. I don't even know what the fuck happened. Like. So yeah.
Dude, well, I don't know. Sometimes. Well, never mind. Yeah.
It's just some shitty days.
I think when I wonder if they get the shits just from yeah, we'll talk about it later. I'll come in. You want me to?
You don't laugh.
Yeah.
Oh. Can you start? Are you leaving?
No. I'm really fucking lying. What am I could go. I need to go home if anything that's boring. I'm fucking there by myself. Why you want to go with me?
I was thinking about it.
Might as well, dude. Because I have the whole house to myself, and you're just gonna straight fucking obviously not. I'm not gonna. I won't even see you if I leave you down here. Fucking over here bored out of your mind. You think you're gonna go fucking straight chainsaw ear off their fucking head or something just for fun. Your ideas beat mine. We're both gonna. I just said so. We're some of us are straight gonna get straight. We're gonna get bored out of our mind. We're gonna go like blow off freaking firework. Fucking take off in an air balloon. Never fucking come back again, bitch. That's what I think would be best. No, I don't give a fuck. We'll go over our game plan. That's what I think. Spend a week or so. I'm sending Halo back down here. Can't trust the fucker.
Oh, Tasha?
Hmm?
Tasha comes next weekend, does she?
Yeah. Yeah. This weekend.
This weekend.
So is that today? Yeah. I don't know if she. Well, that's yeah. I guess we need to find. Well, yeah, we'll have to find out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm down to do whatever. I don't really mind whatever. You see it anywhere in my debit? Is that a tracker?
You have those cards on the surface.
Huh? It's a fucking tracker, bro. Probably,
It's
bro.
alarm, yeah.
Dude, I told you. I'm telling you. It's fucking literally. It's Jeff, dude. I told you. Like, my shit's been acting weird, dude. And, like. Yeah, will you just, like, go through my car like a tweaker or something?
No, I've just seen this on the ground. I was really only going to see what this was.
That was it. Just in the ground on here?
Yeah, right here. Next to this.
Was it magnetic to anything or was it just left there?
Yeah, sure. So, we'll do a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you never know, man. People are just weirdos in this generation. But I love you guys. We'll get you back soon. And you're amazing, and I'll see you very soon.